Hi everybody, I'm Pagan Umbrella. I'm making a video. I'm just going to show you the different forms that crystals come in. I'm not going to cover what different crystals do. I might just say like this crystal is good for this, for a few of them, but I'm not going to list out each and every individual one that's here because that would just I'd be here all day. And, you know, it would make the video extremely long. Plus, what I want to do is I want to show you the different forms that the crystals can come in and how they are used. And in the next video, which will be much shorter than this, I'll be talking about how to cleanse your crystals, and then I'll be making another video about how to program your crystals, and then another video on how to look after them. So, and all these videos will be put into one thread, and it'll just make the video shorter and easier to just look at. Again, I'm sorry if my lips are not synced to the sound. There's nothing I can do about it right now. I found out that my fiance's camera is bust, so there's nothing I can do about it right now. I don't know why it's happening, but just be patient with me. So the two most common ways that you will see crystals is in their raw form. This is a piece of rose quartz. It looks very white on the camera because it's not picking up the color very well. And you can just see how it's just naturally formed. A lot of time people get pieces like this out of mines. This is actually a piece I found, so but it's very pink. And then you get pieces that are polished, cut polished and tumbled. And this is a piece of amethyst. You can't quite see because the camera is not picking up. It looks like all black. So yeah, there you can see a little bit of the lighter side. So they're the two most common ways you'll see crystals in a store, because in their raw form and their polished form. Either one is good. It's just that one is more aesthetically pleasing. Obviously this is more easier to carry around than a big chunk like this. You can't exactly put that in your pocket and carry it around on you, whereas you can easily put this in your pocket and carry it around with you. But both forms are just as equally viable. It doesn't mean that a cut and polished tumbled crystal is more powerful than a raw piece. They both have the same amount of power. And then the third most common way you'll see people using crystals is by wearing them. And you'll see things like this. This is a rose quartz beaded bracelet. This is actually Darren's. This isn't mine, but I asked him could I use this for the video. He also has a hematite one, and it just slips on like that. And I bought it for him, cleansed it and programmed it for him when he was doing his longest marathon last year. And or you see pendants. This is a pendant of amethyst on a cord, and people wear these around their necks. This is mine, and I have an extremely active third eye chakra, and I find that even though I work extremely well with amethyst, I find that I cannot wear it for very long, or else I get really frazzled. So Sorry, that's the thing popping up. And then you get lots of, where did I put it? Oh, there it is, sorry. Just put it in a different place. And then you get lots of figurines cut from crystals. And the most common one you'll find is angels cut from crystals. But this is one that I found, and I won't go into why I bought it because it's for personal reasons. This is a blue jade elephant, as you can see. This is the trunk at the top, and the ears at the side. I'm holding its back legs, and I'm holding its front legs. So, you can see there. It's a lovely little piece. And there was a specific reason why I bought this, but I'm just not going to go into that right now. And then you have your geometric shapes, like an obelisk. This is one of my smaller, it's actually my smallest, as in shortest obelisks, but it's quite fat. I have one that's taller than this, but it's really thin, and it's an amethyst obelisk. And it's a piece of tiger's eye, and it's very good for relieving yourself of anxiety and giving yourself a little bit of power and strength. And you can just see the beautiful colours in it. It's one of my favourite pieces. But you can use the apex, which is the point here, to draw energy towards someone or something, like an animal or a plant. Or you can use these in crystal grids. And you can also get pyramids. And this is pink lace agate, and you can see it opens into almost like a geode there. And there's a little hole at the bottom. I actually forgot my piece of amethyst geode, but I'll save it for another video. And again, you can use the apex to draw energy towards someone or something, and if not that, you can use it in a crystal grid. So yeah, I'm glad you can actually see the detail in this. It's actually a lot pinker. It's like electric pink. It's crazy. I love it. And then you have your crystal orbs. This is one of my smaller orbs, or crystal balls, as some people say. I have a smaller crystal orb, which is like around about a third the size of this, and it's a piece of yellow jasper. But I decided to bring this piece, which is a piece of black obsidian, because, well, obsidian, because you can pick it up on the camera much better as it's black, and and it's a very good shape. It's a good size and shape, and I don't have to be like leaning back from the camera or anything like that. Whereas my citrine and selenite orbs are quite big, and I would have to lean back from the camera. These obsidian especially is very good for scrying with, or for divination purposes. They're for meditating with. All crystals are good for meditating with, and also I'm holding it in my receptive hand at the moment, and I find when I hold crystals in my receptive hand, I get the energy from the crystal, that specific energy, and the specific energy that obsidian gives off is a grounding energy. And a lot of the time Darren would see me just sitting here doing this, doing my hands, because I find it very relaxing and grounding. And so yeah, and they're also very good for if you're doing any type of healing on people. they're very good for massage. You can roll them up people's backs, and the energy from the crystal will be transferred into the person, depending on what crystal you're using. Like if the person needed grounding, you just ground their energy. You'd use this obsidian orb and roll it up and down their back, and that energy would be transferred into them. You might roll it in, clockwise pattern around their back. I don't know, it's however you like to do it, but I have used my crystal orbs in that manner as well, and it's not unheard of either. Now, if you are practicing divination with pendulums, then you'll be very familiar with crystal pendulums. This is I can't string my words together this evening. An amethyst pendulum is my favourite pendulum to work with. One of my favourite pendulums to work with. I like chunky, big chunky pendulums rather than small dainty ones. I just like the bigger ones. I don't know why. And this is a goldstone one. You can just see how it's like it's covered in glitter, and it's because it's been man-made with copper mixed in with it. But I've only used this once in my crystal chakra cleansings because I use my pendulums in that manner as well, and it worked when I used it, so no complaints there. And also, I bought this set ages ago. Now the camera is making this bag look fantastic and brand new, but in fact the lettering is fading off, as you can see with the last A, but the camera is actually making it look way better. And the black is not as black, it's covered in fuzz, and it just doesn't look that good as the camera is making it look. And I'm like looking at it on the screen and I'm like, wow, it looks brand new. Because I bought this years ago, like. And this is one of the crystals from it, which is a hematite disc. And hematite would be placed on the root chakra and is good for getting rid of negative energies, or if you're having problems with nightmares and stuff like that. And I'll just turn it to the side there, and you just see how thin it is and how it's perfect to be placed on top of someone's body when they're lying down. And so I've had that set for ages, and I work with those crystals on a regular basis. So yeah. Now I'm going to show you the last of my... This isn't all my crystal collection, this is just a select few that I brought down just to show you an example. Now these are 2.5 inch wands. I'm going to show you 11 wands now, because they are all very different, and they're all used in crystal chakra healing. Excuse me. This is blue lace agate, and as you can see it's 2.5 inches long. It's the same width all the way up, apex at the top and round bit at the bottom. Now people use these ones sometimes for acupuncture and massage. I don't use them in that manner because I don't know a lot of information about acupuncture. I wouldn't feel confident doing it in that manner, and I have a preferred method for using them for healing, and I've never failed, so I prefer to use them the way I use them. I'm not saying that the way other people use them isn't viable, it's just not my deal. This is howlite. It looks like marble, but it's not. It has black and grey and translucent veins running through it. It's very good if you're having problems trying to sleep. And I have used this in a crystal chakra healing where the person apparently was having problems sleeping. They didn't tell me beforehand, and I said, don't tell me anything beforehand. I always ask the person never to tell me anything beforehand, because I just want the crystals to, you know, tune into their energy and be picked in the right way, you know, and intuitively the howlite got picked. And she was like, I'm so relaxed and so tired, and she just went to bed and she passed out. This is my hematite wand, and it will be making a reappearance in one of my other videos. This is Numite, and is apparently one of the oldest minerals. And you can see it looks very similar to hematite, but you can see the flecks in it, whereas hematite is just like, it looks like a mirror. They'll be making a reappearance in a minute. Now, just run through these very quickly. This is a quartz wand, fat at the bottom, tapering off to an apex with round bottom. And you can see how it's a different shape. It's not the same, you know, width all the way up, but it works all the same very well. I've worked with this one before. It's very, very good. And this is rose quartz, and even though the rose quartz is a little bit smaller, it's it's a little bit smaller in width. It's still shaped the same way, fatter at the bottom, thinner at the top. Now this one is selenite, and I love when the light catches it because it kind of turns into an LED light, but this is artificial light catching it, not daylight, because the sun's gone down. And it's round, it's rounded all the way down, see? But it still has, you still have your apex and round bottom. Now, these are two of the first ones. This is actually the first one healing wand that I ever received, and it was actually a mixture of me buying parts for it and my friend making it for me, who is also a witch and makes healing wands, and he made it for my birthday, so I was kind of like, yay. And I bought the crystal point, the quartz crystal point and the quartz orb, and he put in the crystals around it here. And it's amethyst, moonstone, fluorite, and amethyst again, and rowan wood, and in the spirals is metal. So it's almost like a conductor. Like the energy from this crystal is like led down the metal to this crystal. You know, it's very interesting. But it hasn't been picked yet, but I've only just started working with this one again, and so I'm very excited to use it when, you know, I can. This is the second one, which is a massive piece of rose quartz, and again with the same crystal point, quartz point and quartz orb, with small pieces of amethyst going around in the casing. You can't see them, they're very, 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 very tiny, but this I have used before, and with great results. So. And this is my baby. This is my carved spiral selenite wand, and as you can see, it's a different shape. Still has a tip, but it is flat bottomed up at the bottom. I use this in a different way, in a different manner to the other ones that I have. It just needs to be used in a different way, and I've yet to use it because I've only purchased it recently, and I've been looking for one of these for years, and I was so lucky to find it. And to put it into perspective, this pneumatic piece was more expensive than this selenite curved spiral wand. So that kind of puts it into perspective there. And the last one to make it into my collection is this labradorite crystal wand with a quartz point and a quartz orb and chakra point crystals running down it. And the crystals are red jasper from the root up, red jasper, carnelian, yellow jasper, adventurine, blue lace, lapis, and amethyst. And this is full of goddess energy and is very grounding as well. And so I'm very excited to. I'm looking forward to when this gets picked, and I can't wait to use it. So they are the many ways that crystals come in different forms and how you can use them in different ways. You can even make a collection of different tumbled stones and use them in divination technique, as crystals do have divinatory meanings as well. So the possibilities are endless. So, you know, but I've just talked about a few there, and there are many other ways to use crystals. You can sleep with them under your pillow. You can carry them around with you every day in a bag like this, maybe a little bit smaller, obviously, for a stone that size, because obviously that's a bit big for this. Maybe a bag about that size, maybe a little bit more, yeah. Carry it around in your purse or your satchel or something, and you know, there are many different ways. The main thing is that you don't just buy crystals and let them gather up dust. You have to make a connection with your crystals, or else you're not going to get anywhere with them. If you don't meditate with them or go in to check with them every day, you're going to find that you don't have that much of a connection with your crystals. So anyway, I'm going to stop the video there because it's going on to 25 minutes, much longer than I expected, and I will go on to make on the rest of the videos for you. So take care, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the small part of my crystal collection, and maybe it gave you a few ideas. And if you have any ideas yourself of how crystals can be used, feel free to share them in the thread. That's what this group is here for. So blessed be and take care.